It's the 2016 Workers' Day celebration all over the world, and Nigeria is not an exception. The May 1st event is devoid of the usual pomp that comes with it in some parts of the country. This is not unconnected with the economic downturn bedeviling the country, and civil servants seem to be the worst hit. Year in, year out, civil servants' welfare continues to nosedive, with the worst experience in recent times: unpaid salaries. In Ondo State in the southwest, it is a departure from the usual fanfare of March past. The Gani Fawemi Freedom Square, the usual location for the celebration, is deserted. Rather, the workers turn to God for speedy help out of the present financial difficulties in the country and the state, which is currently owing about 5 months' salaries.
And what we are saying, because the economic downturn affects workers badly, and what we are saying is that Nigeria has relied so much on oil for more than 25 years. You will agree with me that in the late 50s to the early 70s, Nigeria depends mostly on agriculture, and it's been able to sustain us, and the payment of tax.
According to Nigerian law, wages and pension has to be reviewed every 5 years. And with the economic realities of Nigeria now, 18,000 naira is no longer minimum wage. That is why Labour is agitating for 56,000 naira minimum wage. In Nigeria as of today, federal government spends more than 30,000 naira officially to feed a prisoner. If you can be feeding a prisoner with more than 30,000 naira monthly, then the Nigerian workers that contribute to the economy of Nigeria should earn more than that. And based on calculations and other things, they have arrived at 56,000 naira minimum wage.
I want to assure them that more than ever before, that this Ondo State government will continue to place their welfare package on priority. That means we continue to do everything to make them happy while at work. Despite the dwindling resources of governments across the nation, we want to assure them that they will get their promotion as at when due. We will continue to try very hard to ensure that we pay them their salaries as appropriate.
The May Day celebration in Osun State, also in the southwest, is factional. Workers loyal to factional chairman of Nigerial Labour Congress in the state, Garba Yusuf, expressed displeasure at the level of workers' sufferings, stating that civil servants, as the major machinery of government, must not be subjected to hardship.
The workers in this state, they are suffering in silence, suffering and smiling. Precisely last year, we have been witnessing a kind of unpaid salary since last year. People have been retrained for just no cause. People have been subjected to unnecessary slavery. But at the same time, we cannot say because of what we are witnessing that workers will not celebrate it, what is expected to be done today. But I want to be hopeful about that. Number one, we have the president who happens to be the center at the power, but I still believe that something reasonable will be done by the Nigerian workers. And this is the only time that Nigerian workers will need to take our destiny into our hand. We will not like a situation whereby this so-called state government will be subjected us to unnecessary slavery. And we must not forget the fact that labor, we are the machinery. We will never allow anybody to be using us as a tools. We cannot allow anybody to be using us as a working tools. We are giving them the result. And at the same time, they need to reciprocate. And the only thing they can do to reciprocate is simple. To ensure they dance to our request. And what is our request? Let the workers enjoy what they have suffered for.
Workers loyal to the other factional chairman, Jacob Adekomi, do the traditional march past to mark the day, even as they are assured of government's promise to better their welfare, despite being owed some months of salaries.
My message to the state government is that they should continue to liaise with the federal government in making sure that grants are given to states, in making sure that benefits are given to states so that the state government will be able to continue to pay our workers' salaries. To the workers, we want to appreciate them for their perseverance, endurance, and painstaking. I want to say they should be hopeful that tomorrow will be better. Our welfare should be priority to the government. As workers, as an employers, we workers are expecting much from the government, and we want whatever will benefit us. We want the government to continue to do it for us.
The anti-corruption fight of the All Progressives Congress APC is also much talked about, even as the Labour leaders want President Muhammadu Buhari not to relent in his fight against insecurity in the country.
The advice we have for the federal government is that they should intensify effort on the security of this nation, and they should try as much as possible to revive the economy of this nation that for now is sick. As workers, you see, the motto of the labor is that we create the wealth. We have been doing everything in our capacity to make sure that we did not relent our effort to continue to create the wealth for the betterment of the nation, for the betterment of every citizen of this nation.
The empty seats at the Lekan Salami Stadium in Ibadan, Oyo State in the southwest, is a pointer to the mood of the organized labor in the state. Talks dwell on the unpaid wages.
The challenge is not daring in the developing countries of the world to which Nigeria belongs. In about the last 12 months, a large number of states of the Federation have found it extremely difficult to pay workers' salaries. Labour movements must therefore be more concerned with the evolution of plans and programs that could be implemented in the affected states of the Federation, most especially in the area of improved internal generated revenue to turn the situation around. And in the states where the situation is more stable, the tempo of economic activities and programs should not be allowed to go down. Labor movements should be meaningful partners with government in the attainment of good governance. Oyo State should not be an exemption. No sane government will be happy while the workers suffer. And I want to repeat it. No sane government will be happy while the workers suffer. I wish to state that in spite of the prevailing economic situation in the country, our administration has been doing everything humanly possible to ensure that an appreciable level of comfort for workers in the state is sustained while the relationship with labor remains cordial. It is on record that when the state was buoyant, civil and public servants benefited immensely. 13th month salary was paid for 3 consecutive years. Free bus ride that still exists till today was introduced. Many training programs, both local and international, were organized. The state pensioners were not left out of the welfare package. Unfortunately, the economy has nosedived and the situation is no longer the same.
We observe that people are suffering in this country, and especially workers, retired teachers, and everybody. Because if workers are not paid and pensioners are not paid, the traders will not be happy. Our expectation is that the government should be able to solve this problem for workers and pensioners.
In Abia State, in the southeast, the workers describe themselves as civil slaves, blaming the government for the woes and current condition of civil servants in the country. The groaning and requests are all the same. In all of these, the Abia State government has concluded plans to alternate the payment of salaries among workers in the ministries, departments and agencies and the parastatals, while also calling for prompt payment of tax. This is clearly explained by the Commissioner for Finance in the state.
Unfortunately, the downturn in global economic trend has continued to disturb government effort both at the state and federal government level to improve and continue to enhance the welfare of workers as one would have wished to. But I want to say that for every challenge, there comes with it an opportunity for growth and innovation. Because as they say, necessity is the mother of invention.
We decided to share it, where you have parastatals, pensioners, and secondary school teachers in one section. Then you have MDS in the other section. So we started with MDL, with the parastatals, secondary school teachers, and pension. That very month we paid with our 1.9 billion. Now this section averages 1.4. This particular, the makeup of pension, secondary school teachers, and parastatals averages 1.4, 1.5 billion. We paid that month. Now the next month, we paid ministry, department, and agencies that averages 1 billion, because this includes judiciary and of course House of Assembly, about 1 point something billion too. So last month we paid local government workers. This month we are going to pay primary school teachers. So that's the way we have to keep running until at a time when it stabilizes.